Good evening, folks. How is everyone? As always, I hope you're doing well, because you know you're my people and I love you. Always want you to be the big three, my friends. Want you healthy, happy, safe. You know what I want from me? Like, share, remind. Turn somebody else on. Let's get that algorithm to kick us up a notch. We are... Turn ZZ Top down so we don't get copyright struck again. We're 2 weeks out from Oktoberfest. And as you know, that's our version of Brett Summer, or it's September now, so what do they call it? White Girl Autumn or something? Okay. Well, I like ours better because we don't pumpkin spice. We drink beer. That's not true. If Millie wants to sit in, we'll find a pumpkin beer for her, because she does that White Girl Autumn Fall thing. Not us. Because we, instead, are going to take a look at... I am not even going to mangle the German. Basically because I don't know what the B means. But I do get the Verlieb Isil. This is Kloster Andechs, site 1455, so since 1455. This is their Weissbier-hell. Hell means white. Weissbier means wheat. The ingredients are going to be water, wheat malt, barley malt, hops, and yeast. She is top fermented. Oh, by the way, she's a big girl. Big girls get leopard onyx or whatever this thing was called. Standard government warning. Licensed just outside of Munich. Just outside of Munich, Bavaria, this famous brewery, part of equally famous Benedictine monastery, is located right at the foot of the holy mountains of Andechs. A destination for pilgrims. Since the 15th century, it is known for its spectacular beers and hospitality. Well, you got me sold. I'm good with all of those. So I did go to their webpage. They don't give us a whole lot of information. They did say best served between 5 to 8C. I have no idea what 5 to 8C is. We are, of course, using a Heffe glass. But you know who does know what 5 to 8C is? The thermometer. We don't want lock calibrate. Supposed to transfer over, stupid thermometer. There we go. Celsius. According to the thermometer, it is 35.5 degrees Celsius out here. That's probably wrong, because 37 is body temperature, and the thermometer on the wall says it's 100 degrees out. So, for what it is worth, if I can find Moby anytime soon, I'll hold my damn bottle open. Moby. We shall see. Alright, maybe the one on the wall is wrong. Maybe the one here is wrong. I am going to say the one on the wall is probably wrong, since it's about 30 years old. We'll save the bottle cap, and we will make a magnet out of this, except I mangled it. I hate when that happens. I don't know, maybe I can pound it out. Anyway, there's the crack. Now, let's do the pour. Let's shoot the temp. And then we're going to get all Biden on this thing. I'm really going to be sorry when he goes bye-bye. Well, bye Biden, if you will. Ooh, man. Well, you cannot complain. You're not getting enough head out of this beer. Look at that beautiful cascade, though. Just look at how she cascades down. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that's always one of my favorite sights on these beers. And as you saw, the glass was chilled. Because while I might be a barbarian, I am not a savage. Sadly, though, I think it's going to take a minute or two to settle down. In the meantime, head is beautiful. Ugh. Say what you will about the Germans. They do know their beer. Look at that. Tell me she's not gorgeous. Now, while we're settling this beer down, I'm going to shout out our brother, Don at Don's Beer Reviews. And he is across the pond. And he gets to drink a lot more interesting stuff than I do. I'm not saying that American beer craft isn't that interesting. We turn out a lot of really, really nice beers. It'd be nice if I didn't overrun my tongue. But he's across the pond. He is in, I believe, the UK. Well, his accent says the UK. He could be living somewhere else. I could be wrong. Don't go hate. But he is going to have a much better look at some real Germans, because they're more local to him. So hopefully, if he's watching this, he can do us a favor and let us know what's going on with the locals. He's over on YouTube. I'm trying to get him onto Rumble. I want him on Rumble. I hate YouTube. That's why I'm never there. And yet, channels that I do love have since left Rumble and gone back to YouTube. She has come down. Tell me that is not an absolutely gorgeous... That looks like an egg cream. If you don't know what an egg cream is, I feel sorry for you, my friends. In the meantime, beautiful gold. Marron. 8. I'll give that an ocho. She is gorgeous. The thermometer still says it is 36.4 degrees Celsius. So let's see what it says our beer is. It said 5 to 8, but I think we're drinking over, my friends. I've got 11.8. That is the downside of being in Phoenix. Let me see if I can get a slightly deeper temp on. Get off me, fly! I know I talk a lot of shit, but I didn't realize I smelled like it. Well, that didn't work. It's a 20-ounce glass, so that is a 20-ounce bottle, my friends. That is one thing they don't skimp on. Yeah, we're drinking her over temp, and I apologize. We are still at the 11-12 degrees Celsius mark, which... Shift. Is like 53F. Outside. It's hot here, man. Doesn't take long, and that glass was iced. So, let's see what I have to battle through. But I do a few because you're my people. Anyway, it's Biden time. Let's get that sniffer in there and see what's going on. That's really interesting. So we know the monks are brewing this, and the reason Belgians are so popular is because the friars brew those too. And they use the Brettanomyces yeast, which does a really nice job. It gives it a very specific flavor and nose. And don't get me wrong, I love Belgians. They're delicious. They're often referred to as banana clove. I like to think of them more as fruitcake, only because I've never eaten a banana with cloves, but nor have I eaten fruitcake. That's just what pops into my head when I smell them. This smells like a really interesting mashup between both a really nice Heffe, but spiced. So with that Belgian nose added. Now it's not overly forward. If I was to not know what this was and just quite literally stick my nose in there to try and figure out what it was, I would think she's a lighter version of a Belgian. A lot of Belgian noses can be really rich and full and just absolutely delicious. This one is toned down. So if I was to compare this to one of the regular Belgians, I would say that this is maybe 60, maybe about 60% out of 100. Full Belgian nose. It's definitely dumbed back a little. And then you get that underlying sweet kind of grassy note behind it. This does not seem to be a problem for me. This is quite literally chocolate chip cookies and ice cream, man. Peanut butter and chocolate, whatever two things you want to smash together that you really like. Peanut butter and jelly. This looks like a really promising mashup. So, with that being said, since we blobbity-blobbitied for what, like 10 minutes now, let's slip it a tongue. Really good. Rich. Whole intradentals, out into the buccals, down into sublinguals, out into the extradentals. Ooh, nice. See, that this is why I like the Germans. They understand flavor in their beers. I could think of a much worse beer to kick the season off with than this one. Even though she's above temp and she's a little warm, I mean, I could probably pause the camera, toss her in the freezer, and come back in a few minutes and see what she tastes like. Why don't we give that a shot, just to make sure we're in the right zone. But at this temperature, in the 50s, which is, it's kind of an outside stretch for this color. This is a 48.50 beer by eye. It's still pretty good. As far as the nose with the Belgian, she comes in, you get that Belgian hit, and again, you're not getting the full Belgian. She tapers off. She is dirty as hell, by the way, which is also really nice because she's really delicious. She tapers off. You don't really ever pick up the Heffe in here, right? So you're not getting that super light Heffe note, but it's tempered the Belgian flavor down enough to where she's absolutely stunning. I'm gonna pause, put her in the freezer. We'll be right back. Well, that is the Ramones after all. And it figures that the Scorps would go off right after this, but the Scorps are just doing the best is yet to come. Of course, Scorpions being a German band would have fit in perfectly, especially with the best is yet to come. So, let's see whether or not our friends from Germany were correct. We have this beer down to lights stay on. Say 5 to 8. We got her around 6. 6 and change. Well, let's see what that is in American. We will measure stuff in anything but the metric system. Surprisingly, that is just a 44 to 45. You know, the standard beer drinking temperatures. All right. Now, let us see what this beauty has for us now. So far, she's been absolutely outstanding. Prost. See, when you drink her a little colder, you get a much more pronounced bite of that Brettanomyces, that banana clove. Works for me. I love it. Just throwing it out there. Remember, you should always grade by what I like versus what you like. Really nice, really full, really rich. This is a nice beer. So we didn't do an ABV and an IBU. The ABV on this is 5.5. The IBU on this is 15. She's sweet spot all around. It's chef kiss, as they say. I guess that's a meme emoji thing. Now at this temperature, it's starting to lace up for us really, really nicely. I don't know what that is. That might be alien script. Alien script. That's only because we did the pyramid video this morning for Montana Joe. So let's get back to business. At this temperature, she's really just staying within the intradental zone, the soft palate, front half of the tongue. She's going to the back. She's dirty. She's delicious. But you know, we actually drank her warmer, and she was much more interesting. Yes, as they get a little warmer, you're going to get a more opened bouquet. She's good though. Right, more alien script. I don't know. What are they trying to tell me here? It's the space lizard, you know. She's really nice, dudes. Now, I was going to tell you to drink this. Yes. So, would I drink this again? Without a doubt. Buy it again? Sure. This is a really good beer. Again, love Belgians. Try it on tap. Batshit Man is the original tap whore. There's nothing I'm not willing to tap. Let's get away from that. Handed this to me out of the cooler. What would I say? I would say thank you very much. First of all, a 20-ounce bottle. Somebody ain't scrimping. Second of all, the beer is delicious. Again, she's not as full-blown as a lot of Belgians are, so a lot of Belgians have a much fuller and richer Belgian profile, because that's what they are. This one's a little more subdued, and I'm wondering if basically because it's a Hefeweizen. And so the wheat has kind of pulled it back a little, much the same way that rice will dry a beer out. I'm not going to go into biblical end times and the pestilence, but these flies are driving me. Well, I'm batshit man, so it's not really much of a drive, it's more of a short crawl. No, she's really good. Is she good for the style? Yes, I've never actually had one of these before. But if I had to grade this style on this beer, this will be the benchmark for anything else in this style. She's excellent. That being said, flavor profile is super interesting. When she warms up, she really does open up. She becomes really nice and flavorful without being overpowering. You do get that really nice Belgian up front with a little grass in the middle and then Belgian on the back end. I love when beers progress through. I really like a flavor shift in my beers. Well, we're kicking off Weissbier Autumn. And Weiss just means wheat, so technically it's weissbier-hell Autumn, because hell means white, or light, hell means light. So for white beer autumn, we're going to go with 5. This beer is delicious. It is outstanding. And we probably should have picked that up from the word kloster, which I'm pretty sure translates to cloister, which pretty much... I know, I'm supposed to be a better person than that, but that's still a douchebag. That's still an asshat. And that we're not going to go there because this is a beer video. Batshit man, Anyway, no, this is an excellent beer, and I'm really glad that this is the one we picked to kick off Oktoberfest. So, you know, why we do this, I try to get some beers out there for you guys to maybe grab if you're going to have people over or you're going to celebrate. I would recommend this one without batting an eye. But again, your profile and mine might differ slightly. I grabbed 7 from a very snooty upend. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's a cigar bar. It's a restaurant. It's a pizzeria. And a liquor store. And they have beer. Got back to work, I told Millie, she was like, oh, I would have warned you not to go in there. The girl knows me. So good. Oh, delicious. If it works for you. If it don't work for you, well, it's delicious for me. Anyway, thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here, folks. I will see you tomorrow with another one, because I did grab 7. So we'll work through the first 7, and then we'll see if I can find 7 more to bring us up to the drop date. And then after that, you're on your own. It's Oktoberfest, folks. You need to get out there and fest like it's October, even though it's September. We're Americans. We measure things in Americans. The Euros measure things in metric. I don't know if metric means that Oktoberfest needs to be in September. That's on them, man. Maybe they went to that 10-month calendar. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's still the most wunderbar day of the year, so let's wunderbar the hell out of it, huh? Prost. Grab one if you see him. Delicious beer. Adios. Oh, check it out, Deadbolt.
Stole money and burned the whole thing down for the mafia. I got paid real good.
Deadbolt.
Next time I saw Gold,
They were great.
he was working for the circus. Used to get drunk and beat up some